A wave of disappointment. One of President Donald Trump's most loyal voting blocs, Cuban and Venezuelan immigrants. Now speaking out in Miami, a Republican stronghold, as the recent wave of deportations hits home and the Trump administration moved to end temporary legal status, or TPS, for more than 500,000 people who arrived during the Biden administration. Elena Conde says she came here from Cuba on humanitarian parole in 2023. Her husband, Ariel Lara, crossed the border with Mexico twice, once in 2019 when he was detained and deported, and then again in 2022. 6 weeks ago, he was taken into custody at his residency hearing.
So he was given an appointment to go to ICE. You told him before he left for that appointment, you don't have anything to worry about.
Wait. So let me make sure I got this right, because I don't want to misquote anybody. Ariel, the husband, came over here the first time in 2019 during Trump's presidency illegally. What happened? He got deported. Plain and simple. You break the law, you get bounced. Ain't no surprise there. Then he came back in 2022. That's during the Biden administration when the borders was wide open like Walmart on Black Friday. Everybody was sliding through. So now what? He's crying foul? Bro, you already got caught once. You knew what time it was. You knew Trump don't play with this immigration stuff. So why would you come back? But now that Trump's back and actually enforcing the law, all of a sudden people acting like it's personal attack. Nah, that ain't betrayal. That's just consistency. Now they talking about how he got temporary protected status, TPS, like that's some kind of shield. First of all, let's clear that up. That ain't citizenship. That ain't even a green card. That's a temporary hall pass. And guess who handed them out like candy? Biden. But let's continue.
You haven't done anything.
Instead, he was transferred to Texas, where we spoke to him from his detention center.
Ariel, ¿qué piensas sobre lo que está pasando ahora en este país, en este momento con respecto a las deportaciones? How do you feel about everything that's happening right now in this country with the deportations? You don't understand how this could happen. ¿Qué pensaba que iba a pasar cuando ganó Trump? What did you think was going to happen when Trump won? You're saying you believed the president when he said he was going to deport criminals.
Nah. Stop it. Trump did exactly what he said he was going to do. Trump ain't never switch up. He told y'all he was going to clean house. Y'all didn't just think the rules was going to apply to you. But let's be clear. I'm going to keep it a buck. If you come in illegally, you roll the dice. It don't matter if you voted red, blue, or purple. You came in the wrong way, so you already knew the risk. Let's continue.
Now, Elena is left behind with her daughter, 7-month-old son, and Ariel's 70-year-old grandmother, who has been a U.S. citizen for years. Together, facing a reality they never imagined.
Toda mi familia votó por Trump.
Your whole family voted for Trump. Lo apoyaba a Trump durante su campaña. Did you support him?
Yo estoy fuera.
You're outside of it. You can't vote. Pero te sientes decepcionada. Do you feel disappointed, deceived? Engañada.
Me siento mal porque sé que ellos creían en él.
You feel bad because the rest of them believed in him.
It's a concern Democratic strategists are capitalizing on, with billboards like these calling Republican lawmakers traitors. Still, here in Florida, Trump won almost 70% of the Cuban American vote in 2024, along with 61% of Doral, home to the largest Venezuelan American population in the U.S.
They used us.
Adelis Ferro is the co-founder and executive director of the Venezuelan American Caucus.
How is the Venezuelan community feeling right now, especially in the context of these deportations?
Desperate, terrified. There are people with mental health issues. There are people with panic attacks, anxiety attacks. They rather to die than go back to Venezuela, and then
people
have to stop.
People are talking about taking their lives.
I have those messages.
Because the situation here.
Because of the situation. They rather
so
to take their own lives, yes, than go back to Venezuela.
The ripple effects affecting families and businesses. This Venezuelan business owner, who asked us not to use his name to protect his business and fellow owners, said the political instability has led to a 20% drop in revenue.
It's affected your clients as well as the people who work here. A lot of people have already invested in businesses here and they've stopped because they just don't know what the future brings.
Still, experts say the current turmoil may not hurt the Republican Party.
All this stuff done in the first 200 days of the administration. They have a long road ahead before the midterms.
Do you think that Trump will pay a political price?
I'm not sure that Trump or the Republican Party as an institution is going to suffer a great deal unless the Democrats can muster an opposition that is a compelling vision as to how things could be done differently.
Morgan Radford, NBC News.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated.
All right. So now Trump comes back being reelected. Like, nah, we ain't doing that no more, and everybody's confused. What did you think temporary meant? Y'all got the golden ticket when Biden was running things. You got comfy. You start building a life, which I get it. But the foundation was shaky from the start. You came in wrong. Now Ariel's in custody again, facing deportation again, and the whole family on the news like we didn't know this could happen. Yes, you did. You just hoped it wouldn't. And this isn't oppression. It's the consequence of ignoring the rules. And you can't be mad that the man you voted for is actually doing what he said he would. And we ain't even get to the craziest part. Right? The craziest part is you already knew he was deported. That's the craziest part. So let's stop pretending this whole situation is confusing. It's not. You came in illegally. You got deported. You came back again, still illegally, and now they kicking you out again. And we're supposed to feel bad? You ain't a victim, fam. You made the choice twice. And what really gets me is the way people trying to spin it like it's some sort of injustice. Nah, let's call it what it is. It's criminal activity. You violated immigration law. That's a crime. I don't care how many kids you got, how sad your story sounds, or what country you came from. You knew what you were doing. The news got people thinking ICE out here just snatching innocent folks up with no warning. Nah, this man had a scheduled appointment, a whole immigration hearing. That's not a surprise. That's not a setup. That's the system doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And here's the part that's wild. The wife told him, don't worry, you ain't got nothing. You ain't do anything wrong. Girl, he broke federal law twice. Like, how that's not doing something wrong? And then you got people talking about, but they have a baby. Yeah, and having a kid doesn't automatically give you a free pass to ignore the law. Not even myself as a father. That loophole is getting closed too. Trump already said it. Birthright citizenship ain't going to protect you no more. So now what? People out here acting like they shocked, like they didn't know this could happen. Trump told y'all. He literally said self-deport or face the consequences. It's not like he whispered. He said it out loud and clear. And now all of a sudden everybody wants to play victim and run to the Victim Olympics. Miss me with that. You didn't get the break in. You don't get the break in. Stay long enough to decorate the house, then call the cops when the owner shows up. That's not how this works. All right, so let me ask the obvious question. How you vote for Trump, a dude who never once pretended to be soft for immigration and then act surprised when he follows through? This ain't betrayal, this delivery. This is delivery. Cuban Americans, Venezuelan Americans, y'all went hard for Trump. Florida looked like a red carpet event for MAGA. And I'm talking flags on boats, reggaeton remixes saying make America great again, all of it. And look, I'm not even knocking it. Y'all saw the mess in your own countries and said, nah, we ain't trying to bring that here. That's fair. That's facts. But what is wild is when some folks come here the wrong way, no papers, no plan, just vibes, and now they crying like Trump owes them something. You broke the rules. How is that betrayal? Y'all supported Trump because he said he was going to clean this up. You just thought it wasn't going to hit your front door, but the law don't bend because you agree with it. It applies to everybody. That's how this works. Even me, all of my everyday average Joes, everyday Americans. The law applies to everybody. body. And now the same community that was out here saying, build the wall, is standing on the driveway like, wait, not me. Look, I get it. It feels personal. You built a life here. You believed in the vision, but let's not act brand new when the consequences match the policies y'all voted for. Trump didn't switch up. Y'all just didn't think he meant you. And here's the crazy part. The media trying to flip it like Latino voters turning on Trump. The people getting deported can't even vote. So how they turning on anybody? But I'm gonna leave it there, fam. And the ones who can vote still riding for Trump heavy. Why? Because they believe in law and order. And it's only fair because they probably feel um neglected, or they probably feel, backstabbed in a way because they done things the right way. The ones who can vote, who came here illegally, the Latinos that I'm speaking for that have green cards and did it the right way, following the law. They escaped socialism. They know what chaos look like, and they don't want no smoke over here. So let's not confuse loud headlines with a full-blown rebellion. Most of these folks still backing them. They just don't like it when the law start knocking on their cousin's door. All right? So, look, let me get straight to you. You came to America illegally, got a temporary pass, broke that too, and now you're out here doing interviews on national TV, and you don't even you ain't even speaking English. And it's nothing wrong with bringing your culture here to America. But people also have to embrace American culture as well, because we can't go to Venezuela and speak English without knowing how to respectfully, out of the respect out of their culture, speak Venezuelan first and then bring our English language there. We have to prioritize when we go to other countries, their culture, abide by that. And then when we bring our American Western culture over there, then we can add on top of that. But first, we have to abide by their values and their culture. Then second, we can bring our culture over there as long as it's respectful according to their law. So why wouldn't the same thing apply for America? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. We just having a conversation. Look, I'm for all people. I'm just calling it objectively for what it is and what we know based on the information relayed to us and based on the facts and what we know that this administration was doing by being by advocating to the whole mantra of making America great again, and the mantra of also prioritizing Americans and American people who pay taxes on an everyday basis and work their behinds off, and individuals who fought for this country and the freedoms and so forth, along with the values. I'm speaking on behalf of those individuals, let alone all of the information we know already based on objectively assessing this video and reacting to it. So let me know what you guys' thoughts. Spread that peace, love, and positivity. Let the love supersede the hate. Catch you in the next one, family. Peace.